Beijing has torn up the one country, two systems treaty on Hong Kong. It's put upwards of 1 million Uyghurs into concentration camps. It's boosted cyber spying on its own citizens, cancelled popular personalities in favour of a cult of the Red Emperor, brutalised Indian soldiers in the Himalayas, coerced other claimants in its eastern seas, and flown ever more intimidatory sorties against Taiwan. It's weaponised trade, especially against Australia, with our barley, wine and coal exports all stopped on spurious grounds. And its embassy has published 14 demands, essentially that we become a tributary state that no self-respecting country could accept. The trigger for all this was politely seeking an impartial inquiry into the origins of the Wuhan virus. So this year I'm here, having concluded that China's belligerence is all self-generated. Surely there's a lesson here. The more freedom its people have, the better they've done, and the more respect China has gained. Be a friend, that experience shows, and you'll have friends. Be a bully, and you'll only have clients who can't wait to escape. Now, much has changed in just 6 years, but it's not Australia's goodwill towards the people of China, about 1 million of whom are now Australians and making a fine contribution to our country. Australia has no issue with China. We welcome trade, investment and visits, just not further hectoring about being the chewing gum on China's boot. Quite possible that Beijing could lash out disastrously quite soon. Our challenge is to try to ensure that the unthinkable remains unlikely and that the possible does not become the probable. That's why Taiwan's friends are so important now, to stress that Taiwan's future should be decided by its own people and to let Beijing know that any attempt at coercion would have incalculable consequences. The US Secretary of State put it well earlier when he said of China that America would be competitive when it should be, collaborative when it can be, and adversarial when it must be. But provided it's real, collaboration is still possible and trust could yet be rebuilt. But Taiwan will be the test. For the democratic world, that means a readiness to support this fellow democracy, including by welcoming Taiwan into the Trans-Pacific Partnership. And for China too, which can hardly succeed while it mistreats its own people and threatens its neighbours, that means scaling back the aggression, as it could never be admitted to the TPP while engaged in a trade war with Australia and in predatory trade all round. So, Madam President, ladies and gentlemen, nothing is more pressing right now than solidarity with Taiwan. If we want a better world, hence my enthusiastic presence here today to stand with this island that's brave and free. I won't end urging you to stay safe. Rather, something nobler and higher. Stay free.